I am not a natural Tigger. And so when I walk around saying, oh, I talk about joy and positive psychology, people assume that I'm this crazy optimist. And that's actually not true at all. I would definitely say I'm a firstborn child of immigrants with parents who told me I had to achieve, one foot in the Persian culture, one foot in the American culture. I mean, look at my name, right? I grew up with a very kind of strict upbringing, and with that came kind of an Eeyore, what I call an Eeyore mindset. And it was an intentional act of, I am going to change the way my mind works and the way I react to situations, that actually led me down the path of positive psychology. And I started reading tons and tons of books. I started with actually Martin Seligman's work, and he is kind of considered the father of positive psychology. He came around at a time when in the 80s that everyone was saying, oh, psychology is for what's wrong with us, right? Like we go to psychologists and therapists and figure out all the things that are wrong in our brains. But Martin Seligman came around and he said, there's actually a lot of people who have a lot going right in their brains, and I want to study them and I want to figure out what's working for them. So I started reading some of his works. I read actually quite a bit of the Dalai Lama meditations on happiness and the Buddhist meditations on happiness and detachment. And I really started diving down into this well of positive psychology. And I found that there's a lot of really applicable, simple, practical things that we should be taught as children to use as tools when we're faced with struggles, and we're not. And I do think that that's starting to change. Even now, as I've got these little kids, I see a lot more conversations around gentle parenting and around recognizing emotions, around how to regulate yourself. And so I do think that we're starting to come around to these same tools, but it has been a long journey for me, and I still have to work on it every day because, like I said, my natural mindset is not Tigger jumping around as Miss Optimism. I am definitely have to work every day to choose to bring these tools and more joy into my life.